One was standing while leaning her back on the vent while chewing gum. She was looking and checking the outfits of the girls and boys. She was wearing a hat and baggy pants and bullshit with jagged. Her style was so low-key. She was the most popular and most listed girl. She bullied everyone without caring about their feelings. Girls and boys were hard to look at her because they knew she will make fun of him. The better again, she said, I hate classes, but you have to attend it because your father will scold you. Yeah, I know. She started walking with her friend after school. She was sitting with her friend, but suddenly Jungkook was about to walk past them. She stopped and looked at her. Why are you going? Don't you miss me today, honey? She walked towards him while smirking. Tell me he didn't say anything and just stared at her. If you don't answer me, I will punch your vocal cord. I miss you, yeah. How much? She asked. Very much. She smiled and took off his glasses and wore them. Am I looking good? She asked from her friend. They all nodded while laughing. Jungkook was a smile, but she grabbed his hair and what was he talking to you? Did you both start to make a group against me? No, please. My hair, leave them. Why don't you like it? He put her hand on his head because it started hurting. He just got lost, idiot. Her friends started laughing at him. He nodded and left. She sat down with her friends happily. He looked at her last time and walked out. Jungkook was sitting on the bus while looking outside. He was thinking about her. His perceptions were always positive about her. He never thought negative about her. There was a reason behind it. She bullied him too much, but still he bore her behavior. Now he was thinking about her. I love her style. She has beautiful eyes. I want her to love me. I can't see her with anyone. He held her hand and touched his glasses. He smiled after remembering that she touched them. He was not poor, but her father company got in bankrupt. Her father was trying hard to build another company, and Fine's father was helping her. Just because of the low budget, he started traveling on the bus. The next day. Hey Janko, show us your dancing skill. I don't know how to dance, he smirked. Just do what I'm saying. He started dancing. Of course, he didn't know how to dance, so they all started laughing at him. He stopped, but Ryan stared at him. He again started dancing. Janko was feeling bad, hurt, but they all were enjoying and laughing. Okay, I'll stop it now. You did good. She climbed down and walked towards him. This is enough for today. He was looking into her eyes because her eyes were his favorite. Tomorrow I held a surprise for you, so don't take it off. The next day, when he entered the school, everyone looked at him. They started laughing and making fun of him. Why are you laughing at me? Because you did one posted your dance. His eyes widened. What? Dino nodded. Everyone was laughing at me. He ignored them and walked out. And when he came out, he saw girls and boys talking about him. They were also laughing when our group entered the school and looked at him. She walked towards him and how was he surprised? I hope you like it. They started laughing. He was alone in between bullies. He wanted to cry, but he didn't accept this from her. Again, he was thinking positive about her. She did this because she liked me. Her perception was not wrong. She wanted to give me a surprise, and she did. A boy was standing beside him and said, "You are the boy who was getting bullied." He looked at him. Yes, they were not bullying me. King laughed. Are you crazy? No, King never a sign. You are saying this because you don't want to accept that your crush was bullying you, but in reality, she was insulting you and making fun of you. The bus stopped and Jungkook walked out by. King was shocked because Jungkook didn't hear anything bad about her. Today he came with his friend. Father in his or father mentioned his father and her father were talking to each other. He was sitting beside them silently. He was not wearing his glasses today. Suddenly Ryan came and he looked at her. He never ever broke the eye contact with her. Jungkook, can you go to my room and bring me your father's file? Okay, he got up and started walking towards his room. He entered her father's room and was about to grab the file, but she entered. What are you doing here? Your father wants this file. This is your father's file, he nodded. Well, Jungkook, why do you and your father come daily for begging for some money? She started laughing. He didn't laugh the first time he felt her. He came back and handed him the file and sat on her words were looming in her mind. In his mind, he closed his eyes to get them out of, but her harsh words hurt them. The next day. He entered and looked at her. She was standing in her spot, but when she saw him, she started saying loudly, "Guys, listen to me today, Today, Janko and his father came and asked for some money from her dad. They were begging. They all looked at him. Of course, rich and spoiled kids, students like Van were studying there. They all started making fun of his condition. Oh, Janko, you will die single because nobody will marry a poor boy like you." Oh, Peggy felt hurt and didn't. So King came and grabbed his arm, and they both started working. Ivan stopped laughing and looked at King. Ivana's crush on him. Are you crazy? But why are you not saying anything? Why were you standing there like a statue? He was emulating too. What would I say? Your father was borrowing some money from his flat. He's not begging. Why do you forget to speak in front of her? She's not that much pretty. She's so ugly. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you doing this? Like what? Why do you want to help me? I know her. She's so mean and hurts you. She also did this to my another friend. He transferred from here. Jungkook gets her out of her mind. She is useless. He will find a beautiful girl more than her. But I don't want to find her, I want her. Stop dreaming, she will never love you. She insulted you and father. Don't you have dignity and respect? After school, he was passing by them with King and Ma didn't stop and King gave her a dark stare. He hated her so much. King was also not that much strict, but she never hurt him because she liked him. 1 week later. Today King didn't come to school. He was sick, so Jungkook was alone. After school, he was going out, so she told him there was no one there except her. She walked towards her. He man, where is your friend? He was sick. Okay, why? Come, we will enjoy it so much. I'm sorry for what I did. He was shocked, but she was sorry. Oh, forgive me, we can be good friends. Will you be my friends? He was staring into her eyes and nodded. She smiled. Let's walk together. He entered the bus and she also entered. He looked at her, but will you go to your house by traveling in this? He nodded. I will never send this, so I decided to sit in this with you. The bus stopped and they came out of it. He was looking at her happily. I will drop you at your place. Okay, they started walking towards her place. The next day I was so sick today. Did anyone bully you? No, and you know what surprises me is that she wants to become my friend. What? He surprisingly asked. He nodded. That mean girl who insulted you wants to become your friend. Are you? And you are happy? Are you crazy? You are really an idiot. She didn't bully me for a week. I think she is feeling bad. Yeah, but do you forgive her? Why? She insulted your father and you forgave her so easily. Yeah, looking I'm not like her. She apologized and forgave. Suddenly one called him. Hey Janko, he looked at him. She came to them. King was looking at him with hated eyes. Hi, King. He paused a fake smile. Junko had said something. He nodded. Okay, King, join us. No thanks. King, please. He agreed and Junko said. I told you that she is not negative. Yeah, her behavior was good today. You were thinking negativity about her. In reality, she is so sweet. Okay, spot her. Stop, I don't like to hear the name. A day before the party. Junko, I'm going. My mother's condition is not good. Okay, but when will you come back? Next month. Okay, go safe. King smiled. After coming out of his house, he started walking towards his house. He was so happy and excited that tomorrow was a party. He was excited to see and wanted to become her dance partner. He already selected the suit and was excited to wear it. The next day, he came to the party and one time she walked towards him and Jungkook, where is King? He went to his city. Her smile dropped. He cannot come. Okay, she started walking. He followed her. Why, and by the way, you are looking beautiful. She didn't answer him. Why, and what happened? He was about to grab her hand. But don't touch me, don't talk to me. She angrily started walking. But why did I do something wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. Just go. He stood there silently and she walked inside the house. Suddenly the rain started and everyone came inside the house. He was looking at her and didn't understand what happened to her. Finally, after 2 hours, he decided to confess. He walked behind her and entered the room, same room as her. She looked at him. What are you doing here? Why? I wanted to say something. He was looking at him. He knelt down. Her eyes widen. And why will you be my girlfriend? And she started laughing. He smiled up and her friends came out of the closet and under the bed because they were hiding. And also started laughing at him. Janko, are you dumb or are you just acting? Why would I like you? I even don't like you, you know. Why I change my behavior because I liking. I want to be with him with not just get lost. He got up and busy while his heart was so hurt her friends and she walked out and when he came out they all started making fun of him. He looked at her last time. She was still smoking and while whispering poor guy. He went out while having tears in his eyes. He was walking up where his tears were falling. He was sobbing because she insulted him so much and he realized that she never changed and was always a negative girl. She liked King and because of him she behaved well with him. He wiped his tears. After that he left that school and she never saw him in the house. Only his father came and after a few months he also stopped coming. But she didn't care about him so her life continued like this. 5 years later. Dad, I don't want to go to any company. I don't need any training. You need why and handling a company is not simple. You need some training. No, I will not go to any businessman. He is not an ordinary businessman. He is soon to be my husband. What? What is his name? Jungkook. What Jungkook? Yeah. I and he decided to get married and dad is okay. With it I didn't tell you because I want to surprise you. I came back from another country. So are you excited? One was turned to speak. Yes, I'm so excited. Dad, I want something special for my wedding. I was lost in her thoughts. She knew that he did anything wrong with her. He was the businessman, also the fiancé of her sister. She didn't come out with him because she didn't want to see him now. She was sitting on the bed, but suddenly her sister entered. Mom, what are you doing? I'm reading a book. Come with me. Let's buy dresses for our wedding. I don't want to go, Eli. Go and also buy me a dress. No, you are going with me. She grabbed her hand. Ella don't want to, but you have to. She forcefully pulled her out of the bed. Let's go. I nodded, and they both walked out. When she walked out, her smile dropped after seeing him after so many years. He was leaning into his cart and looking at her. Ella also came out and walked towards him. One was not feeling good. She changed and had perfect muscles. She also followed her sister. Jungkook, this is Vine, my sister. Hi, Vine. His voice was cold. Nice to meet you. And they sat down in the car. Her sister sat beside him, and Vine sat in the back. They both were talking, but she was lost in her thoughts. She was thinking about how he changed so much. He was in her imagination, but suddenly her sister asked him to stop the car because she wanted to buy flowers. She went on one was feeling weird. She came back with her sister and sat down. After that, she didn't look in the mirror. They bought three dresses, and all the time she didn't look at him. On the day of the wedding, man was sitting peacefully while taking a selfie, but suddenly her father came. Where is Ella? He worriedly asked. I don't know. She's not in her room. What? And when they checked the room, they found a paper. On the paper, Mom and Dad, I don't want to marry him anymore. I fell out of love, that's why I left everything. Understand me, please. This is not true, Dad. This is not true. This is true. I was the city footage. She ran with someone. One gasped. Her father looked at her with laughter. One understood his reflection. Dad, don't look at me like this. One, please save our reputation. Divorce him after this, but now please save our reputation. She grabbed her veil was covering her face and she was walking towards him. He was smiling and he knew wine was coming towards him. She grabbed his hand and they both stood in front of each other. Their wedding started. Everyone so happy and she clapped, but Vine's heartbeat was so fast. They were driving towards his house. She begged her parents not to let her go there, but they said they would bring her back after all the events. The silence was ringing in the car. He was looking at his cell phone and she was looking outside. Suddenly, the dark wave started. She looked outside and it was very different. But she said cynically, his cousin was in the car, which was so addictive. After an hour later, they arrived there in their destination. He entered the house and he walked towards the room. The guard guarded her about the room and she walked towards it. Sat down on the bed and took off her ears. She just took a deep breath and he entered. She ignored him, but he stood in front of her. Stand up. She looked at him. Why? I said stand up. He shouted and she flipped and go up. Now go and stand there. He said while pointing in front of the window. Why? And why do I listen to his mouth? Because I'm ordering you. Who you are to order, huh? I just get off my way. I will not. He put the gun in her mouth. Say another word and you will be dead. I'm not scared if you do what I'm saying and go there. Nobody will save you. Now be a good girl and go there. His gun was still in her mouth. Her heartbeat was so far and she nodded. He took out the gun and she stood in front of the window. She sat there on the couch and stared at her while smoking. She was standing there while thinking about his dark aura. 2 hours later. My legs are hurting so much her legs started shivering. He looked at her and so let me sit his jungle and got up while walked towards her. Let you what do sit. She slowly traveled his fingers around her neck and kissed her. Her throat was dry and she was so scared because he was holding the gun all the time. And suddenly he put on her face and then to her neck. You know, today is our wedding night. Yeah, but you love her word cut by him. Ella was a sweet girl. She was not mean like you, but I like the mean one. But do you? Her words cut, but I threw her on the bed. And the next morning. If your parents ask you to go with them, then deny it. Why? I don't want to live here with you. I don't want to go home. He turned and walked towards her and put his hand on her chin. Why did you say why you don't want to live here? He tightened his grip around her face. I ordered you, not asked you. If you want to them everything, then go ahead because I will give everything my back. He helped you in your first time and you were saying this, he helped me. But his daughter make fun of me and I want his daughter, not him. The next day, last day was so traumatic for her. She didn't even tell her parents about him and forced to live with him. Now she was sitting on the chair while waiting for him. He came and she got up. She started putting all the things on the table by herself because it was his order. Bring the glasses here and give her so she can see properly made on it. And she did what he said. Now clean this. My eyes are burning. He looked at her and so I do what I say. She nodded and started cleaning the mess. Her hands were shivering and her head was spinning. Is this trash you call this a human food I made the first time? He held his head. Idiot, you're such an ignorant. He caught him. Don't let anyone ever eat anything. Maid nodded. Please give me ointment. They nodded and gave her. 1 month later. I can't eat this anymore. Why you have to eat this? They were sitting on the chairs and a giant cake was placed in front of them. She was eating because he was forcing her. Do you remember how you threw the cake on me that day? She nodded. I'm sorry, I don't need your sorry. Just do what I'm saying. After eating the half cake, she threw up. Yuck, you are so messy. He got up. Now clean yourself. I don't have stamina, she said while crying. But don't make this face. She burst out into laughing. You are looking funny. After saying this, he went to his face while laughing. She wiped her tears and cleaned the floor. She came out after shivering and lay down beside him. She covered herself. I started thinking about her life. His life became worse after marrying him. He always nearly died. I'm getting what I do. She looked at him. Why are you doing this to me? Don't you love me? He looked at her. I regret saying that. Please forgive me for that. How can you forget what you did? I'm sorry. Now sleep. She nodded and closed her eyes. The next day. You are so weak now. You are now burning in fever. I want to go. I want to go to my parents' house. Her tears started forming in rolls as your parents should give you the name Trauma Queen. Now stop crying because my heart hurts after seeing someone crying. Then go. Mila brought the doctor for this Trauma Queen. Are you making fun of me just like you did? Can't you forget the past? No, he got up and walked. At night, she was lying on the bed while waiting for him. It was raining. Barrier suddenly entered the room and angrily she said while looking at him, tell me the truth. Do you again share that video? Which video? Of course, that video which you recorded when we were at school. No, I didn't share that. Show me your cell phone. He opened her cell phone and angrily looked at her. What is this? Her eyes waited after seeing that video got shared from her cell phone. First of all, why do you keep this video? Because you still want to insult him? Am I right? No. He pushed her outside in the rain. She stood up crying. He didn't. I didn't share that video. I promise. Stand here and don't try to move. She closed her eyes. She looked at the glass novel, but he was there. And after seeing her, he covered the curtains. After 1 hour, she lost her conscience and fell down.